thing.
You could feel the budget loss.
And then
what are we talking about again? Longmire?
Longmire. Did you ever watch Longmire?
No.
Well, it's just basically it's a show that the first couple seasons, they got a really good budget, a lot of support, and then slowly started dwindling, and then eventually it went on to Netflix, and they did like a half a season or like a mini season, and then like a TV movie, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely not what it originally was, you know. But it's very much like, you know, modern cowboy story. You know, there's a guy, he's got the gun on his hip, and he's gonna go in there, he's gonna kick ass and take names, and you know, like an old cowboy, but it's modern times, you know, and modern problems.
I think. Wait, when you say modern times, modern problems, what are you talking about? Like literally, like takes place.
Yeah. So like there's an episode where, so like a big problem right now is there are people who will go and abuse Native American women on the reservations.
Okay.
Because the law can't really touch them properly, like because you don't fall under weird laws, you know. And so there's a lot of Native American women on disappearing. They kind of did a couple episodes tackling that issue, you know, stuff like that, which is interesting. You know,
that's not even a different color. That's the exact same color I'm using already. Gonna brighten it up, huh?
You're painting it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Paint it.
Yeah. We're here to shoot the shit. Yeah. Talk smack about your mom. Yeah. But no, I don't know. It's I don't know. I like the show. So that's what, when I painted my guy, that was what I was thinking of when I painted him. I put the purple shirt on because I like color purple, but again, the blue jeans and the, you know.
So you know what else got Native American in
What?
it? Resident Alien. Have y'all watched that?
Oh yeah, that's a good show.
It's got Alan Tudyk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in season 2. It's a shame because it's like it doesn't have a ton of seasons, but the seasons that they do have, we're gonna watch.
So apparently it's switched networks or something.
It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah. So everyone was kind of, because it was Sci-Fi before, and
they have one season on Paramount, I think.
You recording it?
What?
Are you recording it?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. I was about to say, because you wanted more dialogue. This is it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dialogue it up.
Dialogue it up.
Talking about TV media.
I remember because I'd read the comic book. I'd read a couple episodes of the comic book. And
Of Resident Alien, there's a comic book?
Yeah. It's like a graphic novel, and they actually did a live action comic or a moving comic that I think you could watch on YouTube. And it's not very. I mean, it's funny and it's almost like, but there's not. It's not as in depth as the show. You know, like they're just like, hey, we live in this small town in the middle of nowhere. That small town in the middle of nowhere could be anywhere that has mountains. You know what I mean? Or if you would have said, instead of saying, hey, he lives in a mountainous area, they had said, oh, he lives in a desertous area, it would basically be the same show. But yeah, it was good, but like they fleshed it all out and made like a real show or a real much more story. The other thing in Longmire, the old sheriff was RoboCop.
Oh, damn, it's not coming to me. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude. I know who you're
Cool.
talking about.
So it's funny because...
No.
Yeah.
It is?
Oh, I don't know his name. His name's Lucius in the show. Lucius Brantley. But, Brantley? Is it Brantley? I don't know. But anyways, it's funny because like he is a complete jerk on the show, and he's like so old, you know, and he's like, I'm gonna die any day. I don't care.
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, yeah. But he's in it. He's pretty good. Who else is in it? It's Sid Starbuck. Lou Diamond Phillips is the other big star. Lou Diamond Phillips is really good too.
And I have a feeling these guys were supposed to have shields at some point that did not get shipped with them.
Why do you think they have shields?
Because they're holding their arms like this, you know, and it's giving me a vibe that they were supposed to have shields.
I gotcha.
Like they
So
came.
Frank Welker, that's a voice actor.
But these guys are just gonna get some variation. I mean, man, I guess we got the lion's share of everything done. See, I got some flesh on some of these dudes that I shouldn't have. Luckily, you know, I put this brown in here on accident, but now it's a happy accident because now I can cover up all my messed up spots. They're
Happy little accidents.
happy little accidents. Where's the other dude that has a happy accident? Oh, see. Yeah, I kind of painted over some of these dudes' loincloths.
Nice.
So we can fix that at this point.
Too late.
Too late for it.
I don't have anyone that I haven't painted the shirt yet, so I can't do a blue.
Oh, Briscoe County?
Yeah,
That would have
that's the one I would have gone to if I thought about it sooner.
that would have been good.
I was gonna say when you were talking about like Western style TV shows, that's the only one I ever watched was
Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah,
Briscoe County Jr. was a good show, man.
I love that show.
That's probably like his show that like got the least amount of attention, Bruce Campbell. Because everyone talks about, you know, Evil Dead, and occasionally it'll get brought up that he was in Xena, because him and Xena are good friends. But Briscoe County
Lucy
Jr.
Lawless?
Lucy Lawless, yeah. But yeah, Briscoe County Jr. was like, it was cool, man. It was a banger. It was a good show.
That and X-Files was my jam.
X-Files is pretty good too.
You know what? A show that I haven't seen in a while, but was really good was what was the name of that show? It had to deal with alternate. There was a parallel universe.
Fringe.
Fringe.
Yeah, I liked Fringe. The only thing about Fringe was like every season felt like a whole different thing. Like it was its own deal, and like anything could happen from season to season.
Yeah, and then the dude that played the absent-minded dad,
Walter.
he was like, he went on and playing something else, and he was like a bad
He was in
guy?
Lord of the Rings. He was played the crazy
Oh,
king
yeah.
in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
What am I missing here? You got 6 people in front of me.
I brought over.
Man, I painted this, and it looked totally good,
My
and then it
God.
dried up, and then it's back down to same color again. Oh, diggity.
What color? What guy do you think it was? Because I thought you only had 5 guys. I don't know. I don't remember that. Like, well, I wasn't paying close attention to what you were doing.
Nothing's moved since we got
Oh,
here.
yeah, I
But
believe
you got
it.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 extra
No,
guys
those
now.
were
Those
the
are
5
the
that
new
I-
guys.
And
But you've got them now, so you got plenty of guys to make a war band.
yeah. So if you can't find your Reaper miniatures, you can just use these.
Yeah, the only thing I did in here while y'all were gone is I vacuumed the floor because there was all kind of crap on the floor. Look under the table. Also. One may have fallen.
It's a nice looking carpet.
Oh.
You know, I just had this carpet replaced in 2018, right before the frickin' hurricane destroyed this place. You know, and I had like, you know, this was like I grew up in this house, but then it just like got devolved into just like a cheap rental. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna help my tenants out. I'm gonna get brand new carpet. What? And then I did, and then the hurricane knocked the frickin' house down.
There we go.
I was like, wah, wah, wah. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Do you see it down there?
I don't see any extra guys down there.
I'm gonna be really boring and just like paint like these guys the same way every time.
So
I got like 2 different color browns, and then I'm gonna wash them, and then I'm gonna do some detail work, and anything after that is bonus.
That's cool. So what are you gonna wash them with?
I got this strong tone over here that we talked about earlier.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's going a lot faster now that they're almost all the way painted, you know?
Right. I also have flesh wash, 2 flesh washes, and a mid-tone, if you need, and a light tone, if you need either of those.
Yeah, the thing about these guys is like, you can just keep painting and painting and painting and painting and painting until the cows come home, you know?
Spare a
And
couple drops of water.
you could do like 3 colors, or you could do 33 colors, just depending on how involved you want to get, you know? Ooh, this guy, I screwed up his profile, so I can fix it with the browser.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of season 2 on that Resident Evil show. It's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Like we keep looking people up, like, oh man, that person looks so familiar. That person looks so familiar. You look them up on IMDb, and it's like they've done nothing else. You know, they did like some bullshit Canadian stuff that you've never seen, and that's it. I'm like, oh.
Well, all Canadians
boo.
do look alike. Yeah.
What?
All Canadians do look alike.
Uh,
Ba-da-ba-ba. No, but you'd be surprised how many shows like are filmed in Canada. They get picked up.
you know, the one I loved that was in Canada was The Travelers.
The Travelers? Is that the one where they would put the minds of people back in time?
Yeah, they would like, if you were about to die, they would take over your body and complete their missions to try to save the world or whatever
Yeah.
from behind. Because the world was destroyed and the AI supercomputer is trying to train people to prevent the war or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And then they had like the time cops of the show, quote unquote, and they had these little dot tattoos in the webs of their fingers. And I was like, man, that's a really cheap, cool tattoo that you could like show to people. Like, I got the webs and I got the dots in my webs of my fingers. And I really wanted to do that, but I ended up not doing it because I haven't been to a tattoo parlor in 100 years.
Since you were in the Navy.
I did get I got some cover-ups when I got out of the Navy. I'm like, ooh, this is not a good tattoo. Let me cover that up. And so I did. I got a couple cover-ups, but that doesn't count really. Cover-ups for pussies.
That's why you got them.
That's why I got them.
At least you're honest with yourself.
I mean, well, they weren't offensive or anything, but they weren't
So is it?
the coolest or anything.
I knew a guy who had a bunch of tattoos that were like weed for life and stuff.
And you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, and now that it's all, a lot of places it's basically legal.
Even if it wasn't, you know, I mean, and unless you're going for that look, you know, when you're explaining to your parole officer what your thinking was.
or flip side of the coin, you have to explain to your parolees because you're the parole officer.
Mm.
It was a different time back
The 1990s were a different place.
Oh man. Okay, this guy needs blue. He won't need nothing else. Oh. And he's got a holster. I hate that holster. Different color brown here. And his belt. Bandolero. Yeah, but do you still have the packaging for your Undead Warband that has the rules?
I just
Or
had
no?
it came with a card, and then the
Do you
outside-
have the card?
Yeah, you actually got the card.
Okay, so you can have the card, and then you can play like off of another roster if you want,
I was thinking about just buying the book.
or buy the book, which
I
is
was waiting
even
until
better.
payday because you know,
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting until payday. I was gonna buy another book, but I was waiting until payday to do that. You know, because I mean, I bought the book we have off eBay, and they're like, last one. I'm like, yeah, well, they'll have another one, and it's like, no, that's the last one. But you can order it. It's the same price on their website, but it's in British pounds because it's a British game apparently, and it may take a minute for it to get here. We'll be over with the campaign, and we'll be done by the time it gets here. Dun, 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 dun.
you know, like you do.
Like it happens. It happens.
Okay, I did not do a good job. Fixing these guys again.
Huh?
So the guys, remember those guys I was making? Apparently, I did not do a good job gluing them together because they are just like falling apart. So maybe my glue is too old. I don't know.
Oh man, that shit happens to me all the time.
Ugh. So my squid guy's head just fell off.
Are you using super glue?
I think it was just like army painter glue, but it was kind of an old bottle.
Mm.
I've recently started switching over to the plastic cement because that stuff.
Like testers?
Yeah, or army painter or Games
Mm.
Workshop. Just the plastic cement that melts them together.
Yeah.
That stuff I didn't realize for the longest time how well that works. I was always worried, oh, it's melted together, it'll be stuck, and I'm like, but then I started thinking about it. Like later, I was like, I never take these guys apart, and if I, why did I think I was going to start now? You know what I mean? It's like, if I was going to take them apart, I'd really just rather just buy a whole new one. Start over that way, you know?
That, by the way, was the first time I dipped my brush into any
Water.
water.
Wow.
Yeah. My paints are thick.
So they always say about Franz, he likes it thick.
Like I'm thick. Baby! Coming together. Alright, next. I'm gonna paint this guy's saddle. I'll thin this down a bit for this saddle. It's a fuzzy saddle. Oh crap. Yeah, I guess that's the right color.
What's up, man?
I was just hoping these colors would be more distinct right next to each other, but they're not so much.
Not
That's
so
okay. We'll
much.
fix that with dry brushing and wash.
Dry brush and wash. When my restaurant I worked at was getting remodeled, I remember the remodel guy was like, spackle and paint, make it what it ain't.
As someone, have you ever drywalled a house or a
Yes.
room? It is crazy how much that just transformed the whole thing. Because before it's just studs and sometimes insulation, but I mean, it's not much going on. And then you start putting the drywall up, and at first it doesn't look very good, but then you start putting the mud on it and you seal the seams and
My ferrule came off.
Before you know it, it's a home.
next thing you know, it's like a real house.
Whew. That was a lot of super glue. Oh crap. Okay. Can you hand me a napkin over there?
Yeah.
It's in the other seat there, the empty seat.
I've had some friends who had to
Ugh.
fix a wall like that, and they're like, "It looks like garbage." I'm like, "It looks like garbage up until the very end, and then
Yeah.
the very last moment, it's like it magically all comes together."
Magically. Okay, what's the next color here? This turquoise, which is not Calypso Sky, that's going to be for their jewelry, which I have to do after the wash. Here's the bright blue, which I'm going to do the Civil War dude. A couple touch-ups. I got a blanket to do. What?
Nothing.
You're saying something about my Indian blanket.
I bet it'll look very nice, Franz. That's what I'm
It
saying.
should look very nice.
Because you're a high quality painter.
There's a joke in there, and it's everything in my power not to say it.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Oh,
Whoa!
shit. Sorry about that.
You had one job, Matt.
Ooh, that's a pretty blue.
That is a nice one.
Make sure that people at home can see what I'm doing.
What other you guys watch any Yellowstone at all?
No.
I only watched part of the first season. It was pretty good. That's a modern day cowboy story too.
I did watch the 1880 prequel of that,
Oh yeah.
and it was really good. I liked it. It was a fun show. You know.
And basically, it's the story of Kevin Costner's ancestors, like stealing it from the Native American people, I guess.
Something like that. Yeah. Steal is a strong word.
I mean, it's probably an accurate word, though, right?
Maybe.
Let's see.
Okay, there's not a whole lot of blue going on around here. Not a whole lot of blue. This horse is very busy. Should he get a little blue treatment? Not really.
I'm not going to go Picasso on that.
No, I mean... No. This guy has a bunch of blue. I just painted blue on his skin. Doggone it.
Was it Rush?
Ah.
The Yu Yu Hakusho live action show a little bit of that?
I didn't even know they did live action.
It's on Netflix. It's okay. It's really weird though, because like you can tell like they're trying to like thread that needle between the cheesiness of the anime and like trying to make it
That like One Piece.
Yeah, because like One Piece does a good job. Like they're like, yeah, we know. Okay, everyone knows this is a kind of a cheesy kiddie show. We're gonna apply into that. Whereas Yu Yu Hakusho, they're like trying to like
Thread the needle.
Trying to thread the needle a little more, and like, okay, yeah, we're gonna throw the nods to some of the cheesier stuff. But we're not gonna go all in. Which makes it, I mean,
I have no idea what Yu Yu Hakusho's about.
This guy looks Chinese.
So
I'll
it's
fix him.
basically, when there's two worlds. There's like a demon world and a human world.
Okay.
And at some point they were separated. And occasionally demons will come across, and they'll try to attack the human world and cause problems and stuff like that. And there's this guy, I forget his name is, but he basically he's like a hoodlum, so he's not like really a good guy. But then when he dies, he like sacrificed himself to save a little kid. So then they're like, well, you weren't supposed to die. You accidentally died because the demons got involved, and shouldn't go to hell because you sacrificed this kid. So we're gonna let you come back, but you're gonna basically be like our demon hunter. So it's
I'm gonna do Peachy Flesh first.
like Ghost Rider and stuff.
Okay.
And he has like a spirit gun where basically he can put spirit energy through his hand, and like finger gun, bang bang. And so it's a little cheesy, but it's kind of cool.
How far back does that one go? Early 2000s.
I want to say it was in the 90s. That
Really? Okay.
You Hakusho. Because I remember it was on Adult Swim way back in the day too. So that's the other thing too, is like, so some of these animes like you'll watch them and you're like, man, this feels derivative, but you're like, then you find out like it's not derivative, it's what everything else was derived from. Like when you go like Lord of the Rings, you're like, oh man, yeah, this is kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons, and it's kind of like Vox Machina, and it's like, no man, like Vox Machina and Dungeons and Dragons like stole from this.
It's like John Carter and what was the other one?
Dune?
Did that Dune? Not Dune. There was something that was like way before. Well, John Carter was way before, but it was something like that was way before. And my wife's like, "Oh man, this reminds me of such and such," and I'm like, "No, such and such copied this. Like
Yeah.
this is freaking old school." Oh, you know what? I don't know if I say this enough, but there's this one show that I love that I wish they'd bring back, but they never will. It's called Otherworld. Have you ever seen that?
Otherworld.
Otherworld. Wow. And
What's it about?
this family like accidentally finds a portal and goes into a alternate universe kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's like a sci-fi show, and in the very first episode they like accidentally hurt this dude who's like, his name's Commander Kroll, and he like has this access crystal and gives anybody who has it, like, it's like the universal key, like you can do whatever you want, and he really wants to get that key back, right? His job's on the line, and so they just like go from place to place, like trying to run away from this Commander Kroll guy, and I forgot who plays Commander